This again, Andy. Hi, Andy. Where are we at?
Veterans on the Lake Resort in beautiful Ely, Minnesota.
Okay, and we were just talking about the lake. It's Fall Lake and plenty of good fishing.
Yeah.
Wheelchair accessibility.
Wheelchair accessibility in 9 of our cabins right now. We do have 24 cabins. We're going to do more wheelchair accessibility as the years progress and the funds come in. It is a dated facility, but it's up and coming. We repair what we can when we can, and
absolutely beautiful.
New paving throughout the entire resort. We did go ahead and we built 2 brand new wheelchair accessible cabins during the COVID years. Received some grant funds for it, and then had some of our own stake in the game. This cabin up here, 18, is one of them that we rebuilt. So they're 2-bedroom, full wheelchair accessible cabins. If you look at the size of that,
beautiful.
The cabin right next to it is actually a 3-bedroom cabin that is wheelchair accessible, and it's not quite as big.
And I see you are pet friendly.
We are dog friendly. We do have a pet fee, but we are pet friendly.
Absolutely beautiful spot you got here, Andy.
We do have us down the road here a little bit. We've got a whole other set of cabins in the back area. So at one time, this was 2 resorts. The part we were in just a second ago was Squaw Bay, and the other part was Sunny Dean at one time.
Okay, now you said when it was Squaw Bay, that was what, about 40 years ago?
It was 41 years ago that it was purchased, or not purchased, 1978 is when this land was purchased by the United States Forest Service. And then they thought it'd be good to house their forestry employees, firefighters, and whatnot out here. It didn't really work out for them, so they were going to level it and turn it into green space. And there were some citizens in the community that banded together and says, wait, before we do that, why don't we turn it into a veterans resort, veterans only resort? And while that sounds great, they didn't have the people coming because it was veterans only. And you've been away from your wife and your family long enough if you're a serviceman or women. So it didn't really work out very well.
Right.
We had some people coming, but not enough to support the facility. They ended up borrowing money just to get through the winter time for a long time. It was kind of a flop-sided deal. So
What a fantastic idea, though.
What a great idea. And we need to remember to honor those who have served us. That's very important. One really big thing now that we do is, first and foremost, our disabled veterans and their families take a priority at this facility. Second, current and retired military take a priority. Third, disabled public and their families. Fourth, we allow the general public to come in. And what that does is it helps us complete our capital projects. Capital projects being new paving, new cabins, more wheelchair accessibility, new boats, things of that nature. If we make it wheelchair accessible for all, everybody can use it. That's kind of the dream to keep the facility up and running. We've had a really good last 3 years. We're doing some great things. The roads never used to be paved. It was all broken asphalt for so long. It was really rough, and it was really hard to get wheelchairs around. And now they're smooth as butter.
And if you know anything about Minnesota, a lot of times, guys, asphalt just doesn't cut it very well.
Right.
It can, but when there's a lot of maintenance. What happens is snow freezes up, it breaks up that expands, it breaks all that stuff up.
This is something that's really neat. We had a veterans group, 23rd veteran, come up. They wanted to do a mural project. And the gal that painted this is actually a Marine veteran and there's a lot of stuff going on in this. This is her vision of our soldiers leaving for war and coming home, and it's really neat. And we encourage all of our people that come that are veterans to read the backside of this, and then to sign their name. And we actually had to white more of this out. I'll show you here in just a second.
That is amazing.
How many people have actually signed the board.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is cool.
So we're making an impact in a good way.
Now, do you know any of the LaValleys or Homes?
I don't.
Okay, well, they're the ones that recommended me to come up here and talk to you. Dawn LaValle Home.
Okay.
Fantastic gal. Hate to say it again, but she had just recently lost her husband here not too long ago, and I believe Jim was a veteran himself.
It's a great place. We're getting on the map a little bit more. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm pretty fortunate to be able to go down to the state of Minnesota Veterans Affairs Commission and testify on behalf of veterans on the lake resort and our facilities here to improve our accessibility for our main priorities, which are our disabled veterans and their families, and our current and retired militaries and their families.
I love that right there. Look at that. You got that for your kids?
We do. We're having some problems with it. We didn't have it up and running this year. It's got a pretty good leak in it, and we're just kind of on the fence what we're going to do with it. But it's the last outdoor pool in Iron Range, and there's some sentimental value there with a lot of folks, and I don't want to, we don't quite want to tear it out yet, but if it's going to cost us a lot of money, then I'm probably going to have to do something different down there.
How many cabins you got here, Andy?
24.
24 cabins, and they're all good-sized cabins, as you can all see. These are nice. Look at how well maintained they are. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean they are dated, but we've got a wonderful group that comes in every year called the Fleet Reserve Association out of the Twin Cities. They're a bunch of retired Navy chiefs, naval officers.
Some old salts.
Some old salts, and they come up and donate their time for 7 to 14 days. I think the youngest guy on the crew is 76, and the oldest guy is 91. They still come get it done. They've retired from the trades and come up and volunteer their time and do some pretty amazing stuff for us. We do show, like this cabin in particular, this is our District 8 VFW cabin. So all the VFWs associated in the Iron Range are part of this cabin and part of doing some amazing things in there. We're hoping by the beginning of season next year, this cabin will be a full wheelchair accessible cabin.
All right, that's fantastic. Beautiful work done here.
We keep our prices low because we know we do have income challenged vets that come through. We do know that there are some people that question rates once in a while, but if you compare our rates to rates with anybody else, you'll see historically that we are very, very cheap.
Okay.
We definitely try to keep
your cleaning house right here.
Yeah, and that's something neat. I brought veterans up here 24 years prior to my employment, and if you walk in the fish house, I was privileged enough to take World War II and Korean War vets out years ago.
Oh, nice.
If you look in here, there's actually names.
Oh yeah, look at that, guys. I love going into places like this.
Of people that I've served in the past and that have been here in the past that are no longer with us.
So this is going to remain this way probably forever, huh?
It will.
As long as you can keep it that way.
Yeah. We're talking about possibly building a new fish house if we can't get the pool thing going, but this building will always stay right here. There's too much history in here, too much historical value for this facility, and too much history for me.
Look at that, guys. 25-inch walleye. I don't know that I ever caught one that big. I know people I've fished with probably have. This is something else, Andy.
Yeah.
I see you do have people bringing their campers in.
Absolutely.
They got a nice Class C over there, some pop-up.
We did our RV sites, upgraded them all to 50 amp service, so you can run a 50 amp, a 30 amp, or if you simply need a 110, we can run 110 off of all of our pets. There's 3 spots out there that are in use, and we have had great success with people coming out and utilizing the new facilities.
Another interesting one, 14 walleye in 4 hours. That's some good fishing. 18-inch smallie, you know that thing put up a fight.
Oh yeah, yep. A lot of history in this room.
I love it. All right.
Then we can walk in.
Somebody left their fillet knife, or maybe that's just a complimentary one to
Oh,
use.
that's one that I give tutorials on how to clean northern pike.
You know what I do with them northern pike?
Let them go.
Pickle them.
But yeah, a lot of people pickle them, but I was real fortunate. A long time ago, we'd taken a trip up to Canada and flew in, landed on the lake, and my family was up there. It was my mom and my dad and my sister, and I was this young kid, and I knew everything about nothing, and she showed me how to clean northern pike the Native American way, and it was just awesome, absolutely awesome. And no bones in the fillets, no bones in the meat, and it turns out.
Did you hear that? Andy's talking about them Y bones. If you've never caught a northern pike, that's what he's talking about.
Yep.
A lot of people can't navigate that.
No, a lot of people don't like them because you can't eat you can't get through them bones. You know, they don't like picking the bones out.
And they're great eating.
They're a wonderful fish.
Yeah, but actually, when it comes to pickled fish, it's probably one of my favorites. I like that meat a little bit denser.
Yep. This is our main lodge. Something really neat in here we started to do. Of course, we carry a full line of clothing. It's very, very moderately priced. We have to make something, but we don't make a ton on it. I like to talk about our veteran-made stuff. So Saturi Tackle, John Basie, very good friend of mine. This is a combat injured Afghanistan Marine Scout Sniper. Started his tackle business up. He's done very well. I'm very proud to support him. I have another veteran business that anything you see besides the fishing lures in here and the textiles, 100% of what you spend. So we're going to say a pen here is $50. And that is his price. I write him a check for $50.
Wow.
The same with the diamond willow canes, some of the fish art that's in here, wood carved fish. There is a diamond willow plant stands that are in here. All that stuff, 100% of what you pay for that goes right back to that veteran.
Oh, wow, that is cool.
We're supporting some great things. And the talent that this guy has is just incredible. This is all wood.
Wow.
Even the teeth are wood, and they're sharp.
Holy moly. I'm just going to give it a little, oh yeah.
So
Wow, that is amazing.
very talented. And this gentleman charges $10 an hour for his work. That's how he gets his price. So he's got 75 hours in this, so it's $750.
Wow.
But everything is wood carved.
Yeah, nice cattail.
Everything is wood carved.
Look at that paint job, guys. Now, if I'm standing back here, that thing looks like that thing looks legit.
So he goes to art shows and trade shows, and these art shows said you can't bring taxidermy in here when he was carrying his piece in because they thought it was a real fish.
Oh, that's funny.
So, pretty neat.
That says a lot about his work.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You know, I'm going to have to get one of these shirts before I leave. I like that one right there.
we do have a full service kitchen, so we rent our facility out. We don't serve food anymore, but we do have a full service commercial kitchen that we rent out for weddings, birthday parties, grad parties, surprise parties, whatever. So we have a full service commercial kitchen back here, and we can cater if we choose, or you can bring food in and prepare it yourself, and then a great big dining hall.
That's fantastic. And you did, I think you mentioned that you are open year round, correct?
We are open year round. Yep.
So you get plenty of ice fishing and,
You put about 2.5 miles of ice road in
okay.
at a time. We have 4 shacks that we rent out. They're not sleeper shacks, but we do rent to the public at $150 a day, or if you're a guest, it's $50 a day.
Wow. That's a great deal.
You can't beat it.
No, you can't. Even $150 a day, you want to think about all that entertainment, and it's probably going to be a few people going in on that price. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's nice and cozy in here.
Yeah. We only have half the table set up right now. I've got a group coming in with a pretty large donation, so we'll cook a pretty nice meal up for them. So it's a little discombobulated today, but when it's full pull, it's about 65 people we can fit in here.
Okay. It's a nice hall. Nice dining room. So do you get weddings and those sort of things up there?
Yep. We're getting more and more popular. We just redid the dining hall this spring to open things up quite a bit, and it's pretty nice.
It really is. I like this.
Good morning, Taylor.
Hello.
That's
Good morning.
one of my Iowa friends collects fishing lures, and I went to his house and he had them all over. He probably had 10 fishing baskets full of lures just like this. And I said, wow, that's neat. And I started telling him about my favorite lures, and they happen to be a Bassarino, which are right here.
Oh, which one is that, Bassarino?
This one is a good example of it.
Oh yeah, plug.
So he made this spring and then brought it up here just a couple weeks ago and gave it to me. It's pretty.
We call them a bunch of different things. Sometimes plugs and poppers. And,
Yeah.
Oh, now what are you catching with this? That a muskie or?
That would be a big northern or a muskie lure, I would guess. The famous red eyes.
Yeah, that's one thing I've never done, Andy, is gone muskie fishing.
They say it's a treat. We don't really have muskies on this lake, but Lake Vermilion's loaded with them. And Shagwell, which is close, has got some fish.
Okay.
You know, the really neat thing about this area is there's so many lakes within 20 minutes of where we're standing. You and I could not fish them all in a lifetime.
And that's not even including the boundary waters.
That's not including the boundary waters. Those are lakes outside of the boundary waters. And we've got great trout lakes up here that are outside the boundary waters.
Yeah,
You know, there's a species for every angler up here.
that's fantastic. I love it. You know, a lot of them old Iron Range, you know, the man-made lakes.
Yep.
Those things are chock full
Yep.
of big trout.
Yep, we have Miners Lake right inside of Ely, Minnesota that they stock it with trout all the time. And there's a great bluegill and smallmouth bass population, but the people really come for the rainbow trout that are in that lake.
Wow. You can't peel me away from a good crappie, though. Tell you that. Here we go. Oh, looks like this was donated by the St. Cloud Metro Lions.
Yep. Great organizations. Very fortunate in fundraising. We have VFWs and American Legions, Lions Clubs, and they control a lion's share of the charitable gambling. So we reach out to them for funding. They donate gambling proceeds to veterans on the lake resort. We in turn use that money to capitalize on major projects.
Okay, that's awesome. So you got anything you'd like to tell the veterans out there?
Give me a shot.
Okay.
You won't be disappointed.
I will be dropping a link to
Thank you all for your service.
you too, sir. You too.
I'm a civilian.
Well, we love what you're doing.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it. And this is just a fantastic, beautiful area, guys. I can't even tell you just really how amazing this part of the country is.
There's a big picture of Fall Lake. We are in, part of us is in the Boundary Waters canoe area, which is here. We are clear down here on the lake.
Okay.
Our pontoon boats are the only pontoon boats in the United States of America that can go into the Boundary Waters canoe area on Fall Lake.
Wow, did you hear that, guys? That is amazing.
And that's a partnership with the forestry or the Forest Service, and it's because of what we do for our disabled American veterans.
Fall Newton Lakes.
You can just get into Fall. This is Newton is the next portage you go down. They just highlight that, but this used to be right here the #1 entry point into the Boundary Waters canoe area. And it's changed a little bit, but there still are tons of canoes that come in and out of there on a daily basis.
Me and my father, when maybe 40 years ago, he's a veteran as well. We used to portage. We used to canoe down the Boundary Waters, and that's just something else, guys. You're gonna have to try that one out. I can't even explain it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful lodge you got here. I'm gonna go take a look at that board there. That looks pretty neat. I love that when people do that with license plates.
That's been here for a long time.
All right. Well, I think that's about it, Andy, or do we got anything else?
That's about it. Like I say, give us a shot. You can find us on Facebook, Veterans on the Lake Resort, and you can always call us.
That's awesome. That is
area code 218-365-6900.
all right. And I will be dropping a link, guys, and you'll probably see it. Check out their Facebook page here soon. This will be posted on there as well. I just got to probably do a little editing on this one.
Thank you all for your time.
See you guys.
Have a great day.